3 signs God does not want you to move on. Mark 10:9. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate. 1. God will not want you to move on because He chose the person for you. That is letting God have His way. The Lord's way means letting go of control. You must be willing to submit to His process, which may be entirely different, longer, more uncomfortable, and more frustrating than you had planned. God will not physically choose a person for you, but He will direct you to a person or to a place. John 16:13. But when He, the Spirit of truth, comes, He will guide you into all the truth. For He will not speak on His own initiative, but whatever He hears, He will speak, and He will disclose to you what is to come. One thing that derails people in life more than anything is a relationship that God did not put. Sometimes, what you can see may not look like what you want. But looking beyond the now and focusing in the future is a great gift. In any relationship, you have to know that it will not always be about sex, look, or money, but about the spirit. God uses that person's spirit to attract you. Jeremiah 29:11 says, Before I formed you, I knew you. Your spiritual being existed before you manifested into the physical. So, your soulmate was with you when God formed you. You might wallow in confusion as to why your partner doesn't fit physically in your criteria of what your ideal partner should look like. Or maybe you have always wanted a light-skinned person, but God brings a dark-skinned person. In fact, all you have ever wanted came the opposite way. But what you didn't realize is that His heart or spirit is perfect for you. You might try to fight the relationship. You tried so many things to stop the relationship from working and just move on. But God still used the partner as a light to you in some areas of your life. It can be frustrating, but you have to understand that it is God at work in your life. He knows the best and sees the future. Sometimes we just look at the shallow things without looking deep. You have a relationship God has put in you and the relationship you have put in yourself. So, you have to be very careful you are not fighting against the one God has brought to you. Ask yourself if you are seeking His wisdom. Following God's leading isn't always looking for a message in the sky or waiting for a voice to whisper in your ear what you need to do next. Often, God leads through the wisdom of those He has put in our lives. Listen to the people He has already placed in your life as friends and counselors. Often, they can help you see things that you are currently blind to. 2. God will grow you to match the soulmate He has for you. Through thick and thin, the waves of life only push you both together instead of tearing you apart. You've made it up in your mind that you were sticking together till the end. You've been to hell and back, but even the devil himself can't tear apart what God has ordained. You make a conscious effort to love each other daily, and everything that threatens your love or tries to come in between just causes you to cling to God and each other. You begin to realize that they've changed you for the better. When you look at yourself compared to before you've met that special person, do you feel stronger or weaker? Do you feel more confident or more insecure? The person God has for you will leave a mark in your life that will cause you to be a better person because you've met them. You become vulnerable with your soulmate. Soulmates open themselves to one another. A writer said, soulmates let down their guard and allow their partners to see them as they are, in all their glory and all their faults. Any initial insecurities, vanity, or posturing they may have brought into the relationship are usually dropped over time. 3. God showed the person to you before you guys met, or you had a feeling of what the person might be like. What you feel with this person is beyond what you have felt or could ever feel with anyone else. The feeling doesn't change, it only evolves as time goes on. It doesn't lessen, it grows. When you lay your head down at night and are left with only your thoughts and God, there you will find your answer. Peace or the absence thereof is a great indicator of whether or not you are in God's will. God will show you, trust me, and the feeling is mutual. You will always feel the presence of God around the person. God is ultimately the rock, but you will truly feel like God gave you the person at the right moment for more than one reason. God knew that you needed a friend. God knew that the person will play a major role in your life process. God knew He will be your earthly companion who will bring you love, joy, and peace. Deciding whom you will marry is one of the most important decisions you will ever make and will affect extensively the whole rest of your life. Given the magnitude of this decision, it's only natural you want a reassurance that what you are doing is the right thing. The beautiful thing is that God does guide and direct our steps. The Bible tells us, a person plans his course, but the Lord directs his steps. Proverbs 16 verse 9. When God wants to, He is capable of revealing exactly when and whom we should marry. While it is true that the Lord directs our steps, every person has to make that call based upon their own communication and relationship with God. Romans 8 verse 28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. So it's pretty safe to say that God is intimately involved in who we spend the rest of our life with.